Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. Today I wanted to do a future spouse, future love, future partner, whichever one you want to fill in the blank with, reading. And this is going to focus on anything and everything that wants to come through, messages from your future partner, who that person is, any messages that they may have for you, anything that wants to come through. Really, I am really pretty much open to anything and everything. So for this reading, as always, I like to remind people that this is a general reading. If something does not resonate with you, it is not meant for you. Sometimes a reading will just not have a message for us, and that's perfectly okay. On the other hand, sometimes a reader is not the right reader for us, and that is okay. There are so many readers, amazing readers on YouTube. So just keep in mind that if something doesn't sound right, if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not meant for you, and that is okay. So we have 3 piles today. I choose the stickers kind of randomly, and I just have basically what I have based on what I am a fan of. I do know that these are not very inclusive, and I do apologize. I am open to suggestions, so if you have any suggestions of like same-sex couples that I can get stickers for, let me know, and I would love to include those in future videos. Other than that, I think that's all I had. Let's get started. So we have pile number 1 with Daphne and Simon from Bridgerton. Pile number 2 with Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice. And pile number 3 with Wanda or Scarlet Witch and Vision from the Marvel Universe, Wanda Vision. So take a few minutes to ground, center, ask your higher self, your angels, guides, whatever it is that you believe in, which pile has a message for you. And if you need to pause the video, feel free to do so. And let's jump right in. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the, sticker with Simon and Daphne from Bridgerton. If you've never read the books, I highly suggest them. I read them a few years ago. Just skip book number 3 if you can. Skip book number 3. That's my advice. All right. I'm just kidding. Some people like it. All right, let's get started with the tarot cards. As I said in the intro, this is going to kind of just look at anything and everything that wants to come through. I am not being very picky about this. I'm going to read the messages as they come in. And just a reminder, it is a general reading. If something does not resonate with you, it may not be meant for you, and that's okay. All right, so this is future love, future partner, future spouse. Not everyone wants to get married. Not everyone, you get it. Everyone has different preferences. So I always try to say future love, future partner. It can be a future spouse. All right, pile number 1. Let's get started. We have the Lady of Teacups, which is Queen of Cups. We have the 7 of Quills, which is the 7 of Swords. Hold on. Is it the 7? Yes, it's the 7 of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. That's twice right there. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles for my pile number 1. So I do feel like my pile number 1's the viewer. I do feel like my viewer is probably the swords or the air signs. That's what I'm getting here. It could be the opposite, but I do feel like at least the majority of my viewers are going to be more on the swords side of things. So the air signs represented Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be that, or it could be very prominent in your chart. I do feel like right now, for my pile number 1's, for many of you, you've kind of been single for a while. You've been doing your own thing. You're kind of waiting for your person to come in. You're not necessarily trying to settle for anyone else. You're a little bit on the picky side at this time, but this is just because you know what you want. You know what you deserve. There's this energy of waiting. you've kind of been waiting for this person to come in. You've been waiting for this partner to show up. For some of you, there is an energy of impatience that's starting to kind of settle in. And I get it, right? No judgment here, pile number one. But I also have to say this because I feel like for my pile number ones, there's also kind of this energy of perhaps not taking action. It's almost like I'm waiting, but I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, but I'm not really going after what I want. I'm not really opening myself up to going after what I want. I am not stepping out of my comfort zone for some of you. And this is kind of a reminder that you are the co-creator. So at times we do have to go out there and find the things that we want. Now, as far as your future partner, who that is, I am picking up very grounded energy. I do feel like both parties are going to be a little bit more on the masculine than the feminine. I feel like for my pile number ones, the viewer especially, you tend to be a go-getter. You tend to go after what you want. You tend to know what you want. You are very sharp with your words at times, very blunt. Sagittarius energy also popping up in here. Gemini, Sagittarius standing out to me, as well as Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So this energy of, I do feel like you're both going to be very independent. And I do feel like at this time, both have been single for a while. But I feel like things are starting to change and you're kind of opening yourself up. Again, for many of you, there's this energy of, I've been waiting for this to come in, but there's also this energy of, I've been in my comfort zone. I'm not necessarily stepping out of that comfort zone to go after what I want. And the message here that's coming in is there's a need to be a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more adventurous. Try new things. For some of you, you could meet your person through work or through a project. This is very specific, but I feel like someone is going to take a class. I don't know why, like painting with a twist, something like that. I know that in many parts of the world, as I'm filming this, things are still not fully open yet, but it just feels like you may meet someone doing something, learning something creative. For others of you, it does feel like this person is going to be someone that you meet through work or through a project. But overall, for my pile number ones, a need to kind of open up. And I do feel like your person is going to help you. This person is going to help you get in touch with your emotions, because it feels like my pile number ones, you have been kind of on the defensive, on this energy of doing things on your own, not necessarily having to rely on anyone. And it just feels like that's kind of coming to an end. For many of you, the people that you dealt with previously were very immature. They had promise, but they ended up being on the immature side of things. I do feel like for some of them, for some of you, the person that you were with last had so much promise, so much potential, but and it was almost like they had the talk, but they couldn't back it up with actual action. And it just feels like that kind of left you, for some of you, even jaded. And then this energy of just being on your own. But you do want things to change. It's just this energy of not necessarily stepping out of your comfort zone to create the change that you want. For a few of you, you may be a single parent. And then there's a message, a very specific message coming in for someone here. If you want a child, that is definitely in the cards for you. Don't worry, don't rush anything. Let's see what we have with these cards. The Frog, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. Yep. Joy, that kind of explains itself. But we'll talk about these in a minute. And then the last one from this deck, birth and rebirth. Again, this energy of things were not always easy in the past for my pile number ones. Um, you're being asked to cleanse your emotional body. You're being asked to let go of things from the past, let go of things that no longer serve you. Um, I keep saying I'm sorry. So there's also a rebirth here. There's this energy of new possibilities. Change is coming. I keep seeing change. I keep seeing the number 5. Change is absolutely coming. Like we have 50 here, which 5 plus 0 is the 5, and then 1 plus 4, 5. And I keep seeing 5s. And the Wheel of Fortune is also all about change and movement happening. But you're being asked to chase your joy here. And I do think that you can meet someone while you're doing something that is in alignment with the things that you love, with the things that you want to do, that you want to explore. Let's take a look at these two. Growth. And it says, seek out a mentor or guide, take baby steps as you grow, be willing to learn from others. There's something here around learning, around being somewhere where you can possibly meet someone. Look at this, expansion. Spread your wings and soar, share your messages and shine your light, show the world what you're made of. Again, that energy of expansion, that learning, energy of growing, of birth and rebirth. The only thing is, one thing to mention is when we're going through a rebirth, something has to die, something has to be released. For some of my pile ones is this energy of the past. It must be released. It must be transmuted, transformed, where you are letting go of what once was and embracing what could be. Because there's this energy of what if history repeats itself? It will not. Take your time moving forward, but also release the past. And again, a need for more action, because for some of my pile number ones, there's this energy of kind of waiting. Like I want it, but I'm waiting for it. And this doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and just, date everyone, but being open to listening to your intuition. Building blocks. Co-create. Yeah. It's that energy of co-creation, that energy of getting out there, going after what you want and being open to taking action. I see that owl there, and the owl is all about wisdom, internal wisdom, kind of connecting to the high priestess within, or the high priest within, where you're being guided, where you are listening to what you are being asked to do, stepping out of your comfort zone, being a little bit more spontaneous, being open to trying new things. Let's take a look here. Sekhmet, goddess of rage. Yeah, for some of you, forgiveness is coming in. Athena, goddess of wisdom. And Athena is pretty much related to the owl. And Ramoku, and god of awakening. So that energy of awakening, the energy of expansion, growth, rebirth, all in this pile. I will say this for very few, 1 or 2 of you. It could be that there is a relationship that is going to have a chance to go through a period of rebirth. I don't feel that for many of you, but it is possible for 1 or 2 of you, and it could be someone you have a child with. But I feel like for the vast majority of you, it's leaving behind the past and the energies that you dealt with, many of which were very immature energies. Being open to go after what you want and to create it. And almost this energy of actually deciding that what you want wants you back. Because there's kind of this energy of doubt for some of you of just like, I'm going to wait. I want it, but I don't know that I'm going to fully invest in this because I don't want to get hurt, is the energy that I'm getting. This is going to kind of give us information about who your future partner can be. Student. It's very interesting because this energy keeps coming up of like learning something and meeting someone through learning. So it says light attributes, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Shadow attributes, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. And we have a lot of wisdom here. And I feel like for my pile number ones, you are very wise, but there's a need to kind of take action on the guidance that keeps coming in for you. I do think for many of you, your person is going to be very, because that air energy is very strong in this reading. That Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, someone who is very much a learner, a lifelong seeker. And I did say Sagittarius as well earlier was coming in strongly. And Sagittarius is the seeker. We do have some astrology cards that we're going to look at. But this energy that your person, your partner is always seeking to improve themselves. I do believe for a few of you, this person could even be a teacher, professor of some sort, or overall just someone who really enjoys learning, who really just enjoys the mental pursuits. Like, I feel like this is someone who you can have conversations with, very deep conversations with, someone who is always seeking knowledge in one way or another. I also get someone that's always trying new things, especially when it's connected to the mind and to experience. Alchemist. Yeah, that energy is all over here with the expansion, growth, birth, rebirth. Alchemist, and it says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Again, wisdom. Shadow attribute, misuse of power and knowledge that can come through spiritual practice. I do feel like you are very similar to your future partner in the sense of, I do think you're both wise. I do think you both enjoy learning. I do think you are both very much connected to intuition in different ways. I do get that it's in different ways. And I do think that you're both constantly growing and expanding and open to that expansion and to that cleansing of self, kind of that growing of self, kind of going through transformation often. It's that energy of constantly learning, taking in new information and expanding. And that's a beautiful energy to have because not everyone can take new information and actually expand with it. Hero, heroine, and it says light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow attribute, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. And I do think this pile does have an energy of escapism. This is a pile that feels like, sometimes your imagination, your fantasies can kind of get away with you, and that's perfectly fine. Just remember to take action when you are being called to. Now, as far as your person, again, someone very passionate, someone who is very self-aware and always trying to improve themselves. For many of you, this is going to resonate as your energy as well, because I do feel like you mirror one another and you will have things in common. I do feel like you will both be able to kind of connect more to the emotional body once you come into union, once you connect. And I do feel like you're both kind of very practical, very much in the mind, and it can be hard for you both to get out of your mind space and back into the body. So this energy of constantly needing to kind of check in with self and focus on breath from time to time will be very helpful for this pile. Yeah, Libra energy. There's a lot of Libra energy throughout, again, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Taurus, we did talk about Taurus and that earth energy. They can be a Libra, you can be. They can be a Taurus, you can be. Venus energy here. So you could very much have an admiration for beauty, for the practicality. Again, I was just saying this pile is coming across as very practical, very earthly. Very much in the mind as well. So this could be two people coming together, a Libra and a Taurus, doesn't have to be, or you could have those placements prominent. And I think they just speak to your ability to be very grounded, very earthly, and as well as, a bit of an idealist. And I think that's where that escapism comes into. Pluto, transformation. Yeah. For many of you, you are constantly transforming, as we already talked about. There could be some Scorpios here. Doesn't have to be. And again, these placements don't have to be your placements. They could be, in the chart, and they don't have to be at all. But I do feel like one person is going to be more of the idealist and the other person is going to be more earthly, more grounded. I do feel like you're both grounded in the sense of you can get things done, but I feel like one person is more in the mind, and that is the person represented by Libra here. And I do think you both can kind of be idealistic. But I feel like one person is a little bit more grounded than the other and kind of able to move past certain disappointments than the other. But both of you constantly transforming, constantly going through renewal, constantly growing, and constantly expanding. Let's take a look at what we have here. Perseverance. Yeah, this is not a pile that's giving up easily when it comes to anything, and I don't feel like your person gives up easily. I'm also taking this as a message of don't give up, because what you want wants you back. It's just a matter of divine timing and stepping out of your own way. Intuition. You're going to be guided to this person through intuition. Listen. What are you being called to do? What are you being asked to do? Roadrunner. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously, because I do think for this pile, some of you tend to kind of overthink, as we talked about, and that energy of kind of don't take yourself too seriously. Also, if you're feeling like this is just not going to happen for you, it's okay. It will happen. Have faith. Spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten you. This is all about creativity. Some of you connecting to creativity would be helpful. Again, kind of changing up routine is coming in strongly here. Yeah, changing of the routine is coming in very strongly. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. That forgiveness energy has been in this reading from the beginning. That energy of needing to forgive and let go of the past and what once was, because it's not going to continuously repeat itself. Past life love. This could be, for many of you, this is someone you already have a connection with from a past life. Like I said, for one or two of you, this could be someone from your past that's kind of coming back, but I don't feel like that's for the majority. I feel like that's like just for a couple. Support. Lean on your inner circle for support at this time. For some of you, there's a need to connect to friends. Feeling that very strongly. Put away the computer. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. This is also speaking about, again, following intuition and doing what you're being called to. That energy of not necessarily listening to what you're being guided to do. And again, that energy of some of you are just waiting and you're not kind of putting yourself out there. And it's very hard to meet someone if you're not putting yourself out there. All right, pile number 1. That is what I am getting for you. I hope this resonated with you. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I post next. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the sticker with Elizabeth and Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. That's actually from the movie with Keira Knightley, I believe. All right, so let's get started. This is going to be, I'm actually going to rename this Love Messages because pile number 1 was not what I was expecting it to be. So as a reminder, it is a general reading. If something does not resonate with you, leave it behind. You know yourself best. So we have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, 2 of Cups. Then we have Death, 10 of Quills, which is the 10 of Swords, the Fool, and the Lord of Quills. All right. In this deck, this is the Jane Austen deck. I believe the Lord of Quills is the king. Yeah, the lady is the queen. Lord is the king. So let's get started. So for my pile number 2s, there's an energy here of newness, beginning, kind of being at the start of something, being open to something. The page for me, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This energy of something just starting or being open to something, kind of learning, kind of being curious, but there's still the energy is still very new. For many of my pile number twos, I feel like you are just kind of opening yourself up to dating. You could have been single for a while, or you just, you ended something and now you're open to something else. It feels like whatever ended was very painful for you, and you're kind of, again, you're open to going after what you want, but there is this energy of newness and almost a lot of optimism, right? This energy of, I am ready, I am optimistic, I am looking for my soulmate. It just feels overall very hopeful energy to me. And you've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work on yourself. You've done a lot of work on clearing out past pains, on clearing out, this Ten of Swords, this heartbreak, this kind of being disappointed, this energy of hitting rock bottom, this energy of, hopelessness. So it's a very beautiful energy to have here because we have a lot of hopeful energy after a period of transformation and hopelessness. Now, with the Fool here, there is kind of this energy of my pile number twos. Someone new is definitely coming. I don't feel like for this pile, this is going to be someone from the past. If you feel like it could be, it's possible that it's just someone that has changed and grown so much that this version of them is nothing like their past self. But you are looking for something stable. You are looking for a soulmate. You're looking for a high level soulmate or a life partner. I don't feel like you're just looking to date for the sake of dating. I do feel like for many of you, you will be meeting an air or fire sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to be that sign, but I do feel that very strongly. There is an energy here of just kind of take things slowly, be patient. Don't rush into anything. Be discerning of who you spend your time with, because I feel like you have learned a lot about yourself and what you require and what you need in a partner, which is a very good thing. Trying to see if any other messages want to come through. You could be in communication with someone. You could be at the very early stages of communicating with someone, because this is being highlighted to me. So you could be kind of communicating through text messages, through emails, through some sort of maybe dating site. It just feels like you may be in communication with someone. It's still very early on, but it feels like for some of you, you are communicating with someone, and that is where that excitement is coming from. For others of you, it's just perhaps you are starting to date, and now you are just kind of very open to that idea and keeping all channels open to what may come through. The mystery. Yeah, there's that energy of, there's definitely someone here, gentleness, diplomacy with the deer. For some of you, the deer could be a spirit animal. And the fire fairy, optimism, creative action. Yeah, there's a lot of optimism here, a lot of fire energy as well. Like I said, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, very highly sticking out to me, as well as Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there's a need here to kind of be gentle with yourself. For this pile, you're not going to be able to predict this. You're not going to be able to control this. Someone is coming in for you, but for many of you, that someone is going to kind of come in with divine timing. I am getting this energy of be open to getting to know different people. Don't close yourself off. Don't tie yourself down to a specific type of person, because that hasn't worked in the past. So be open to getting to know people. Be open to having conversations with different people, because you may surprise yourself. Now, always listen to your intuition. If you feel like someone is definitely not it, go with that, but just be open to conversations with different people. Let's see what the unicorns have for us here. Strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts of the situation. I feel like this is talking about, I am so sorry, pile number 2. I had to pause. I got a case of the cough. So as I was saying, this strength card has to do with this 10 of swords. Whatever it is that you went through, it had to happen that way in order for you to be prepared for this connection. That is what I am getting very strongly, that energy of whatever this was, whatever this loss was, whatever this pain was. And I feel like for some of you, it was finding out that a significant other was being unfaithful, lying to you, keeping something from you. But I do feel like it was someone being unfaithful. And it was kind of, that was part of that challenge made you stronger. And it sucked. It absolutely did. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that, whatever it was. But it did make you stronger. And it was meant to happen that way because it was meant to help you tap into your strength, into your power, into who you are. And then we have abundance here. And it says, enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. Again, someone is coming your way, and we're going to get into who that someone is because I do have some archetype cards down there. Let's actually look at these right now. All right, pile number 2, TikTok. If you're feeling like you're running out of time, you are not. That is coming in very loudly. If for whatever reason you're feeling like you are running out of time, if you take anything away from this reading, is that you are not. You are exactly on time. For some of you, there's a feeling of I wasted time on someone. That is not true, pile number 2. Yang. Yeah, you're in an action. You're in a place of action right now. You're in a place of, going out, dating. Again, as I'm filming this, I know that, certain things are still happening around the world, but there is that energy of at least getting to know other people, talking to them, because this keeps being highlighted to me, and it feels like it could be through texting, maybe dating websites, but it feels like there's definitely communication happening, or at least that openness to communicating. But for most of you, I do feel like you're in a place of communicating. Unfinished symphony. Yeah. For some of you, the only reason this new partnership hasn't come in is because there's a need to let go of the old to fully release this. And for some of you, that just means, and I don't feel like many of you are holding on to the person or to someone from the past. It just feels like this energy of, will it happen again type of thing. And that's not, again, it doesn't feel like you're holding on to someone. It feels like it's almost like that energy of what happened, that pain, that feeling of not wanting to go through that again. And I absolutely understand that. But it just feels like that's kind of what's maybe holding you back, but you are ready. And Spirit is saying you wouldn't allow that to happen again. You are now in your power. You have discernment. You know what you are looking for. You know what you are not looking for. You know what you are not allowing in. Let's take a look at these cards right here. Osiris, God of transformation. Again, you're no longer in that same energy. Karma, the person from the past, whatever that death and 10 of swords was, that was a karmic. That was something that needed to happen. That was something that needed to be cleared out. Openness. And again, I do feel like you're very open. Again, very, very hopeful, very optimistic. Aries, God of battle. And there's that energy of you're going after what you want. For many of my pile number 2s, you are not just going to sit around and wait for it to come. You are open to going after it. Now, again, sometimes that just means being open to talking to different people, being open to getting to know different people, being open to the opportunities. Because sometimes we want something, but we're so closed off to it that we don't allow it in. And it just feels like pile number 2, you are open and you are allowing it to come in for you. Let's take a look at these Saboteur, and it says highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Shadow attributes induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. And I feel like you have conquered your inner saboteur. Don Juan spotlights your positive seductive qualities. I feel like my pile number 2s, you are in your Don Juan, the light attribute, right? Like you are in your passion, you are in your seduction right now. You are feeling yourselves, you are beautiful and you know it, and I love it. Father, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow attributes, abusive authority and dictatorial, I can't say that, control. And finally, king, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. For many of you, you are ready. You are ready for a long-term relationship. You are ready for the long haul. You are ready for your queen or king. You are ready to you're ready to find your person. You're no longer trying to waste your time. I do feel like the person that you're going to be meeting, the person that you're trying to manifest and that's coming in for you, will be very responsible. And I feel like this is someone who is very mature as well. I do feel like for some of you, this person did go through, male or female, does not matter, the Don Juan energy of kind of, using romance and kind of maybe getting out there and being all over the place for a little bit. I don't feel like they're in that energy anymore, but this does feel like someone that kind of went through that phase and did their thing, but it feels like they outgrew that. And I do feel like for many of you, you are in that energy of kind of like, you're trying to bring in your partner. You're feeling very seductive. You are open to that energy. And it does feel like you have faced your shadow and you've gone through the self-awareness, self-empowerment to get here, to be able to connect with this person. And Spirit is saying for many of you, you were not able to connect to this person until you went through all of this, because you were not in a place where you could have welcomed that energy in. Take a look at these two here. Spiritual career, forgiveness. Yeah, for some of you, what's missing is kind of forgiving yourself for the role that you had and what happened. And again, I feel like for, many of you, it was a betrayal. It could have been a third party situation was brought in, some cheating, something along those lines. For others of you, the spiritual career to me is just saying kind of confirmation that you are meant to go on a spiritual career, that you are meant to be a healer of some sort. For many of you, tarot readings, Reiki, energy healing of some sort, coaching, spiritual teachings is coming in very strongly. Take that as it resonates. And for others of you, it's how much spirituality helped you get out of that very dark place. How much spirituality kind of, got you out of darkness and into the light. Fourth house, roots. Yeah, you are ready for some roots, and this person is going to be ready as well. This feels like this is going to be a life partnership, and it's going to be very serious. Sixth house, craft. And square, challenge. And I do feel like you've been through a lot of challenges with the sixth house here. Well-being. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are paying attention to your body, to your needs, to what you're being called to do, to your health. For others of you, it's very possible that you meet this person through work or through some sort of project, through something that you are learning for work, maybe schooling. Doesn't have to be. For others of you, I'm actually getting the market or like going out shopping and finding someone there. I don't know if that really happens to people. I've always been jealous of that. But if, that's coming in. But yeah, there's definitely going to be roots being put down here. And you're motivated to find this. You are, you're moving beyond the challenges because you are ready to connect. I don't feel like you were always this ready, but now it just feels like I am ready. I'm going to find this. This is what I deserve, and this is what I want. Let's take a look at what animals we have here. Ladybug. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. It's coming. Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Interference and external... Yeah. I think this is confirming for some of you that there was a third party that came in. If someone here is doubting it, like if you ended something and you were just not sure, it was something that you kind of thought was happening, but you weren't sure and you were never able to prove it, that is your confirmation. This is also speaking to the fact that for Some of you, there could be a concern that history can repeat itself. Forgive yourself, let go of that energy. It's not going to repeat itself. You know better than to pick someone like that. Apology, you can expect to hear the apology you want. For some of you, it's possible that whoever that person was that betrayed you in some way comes back into your life. You can take the apology, you can forgive them without necessarily having to engage in it. Keep that in mind, pile number 2. Marriage, this relationship is moving towards union. For many of you, again, you are calling in that partner for marriage, for stability. Keep in mind, for very few of you, it's possible that the person that betrayed you, you can move beyond it and you can grow together. I don't feel like that's for the majority of you, but if you feel the need when this person comes back and apologizes, that you can move forward together, that's up to you. It is possible for a very few of you, but I don't feel like it's going to be for the majority of you. It feels like someone new is coming, that you are attracting this person in, and that this person is going to be more mature than the previous person, and that this person is going to give you, kind of be ready to build with you. I am getting that energy of setting down roots, building together. If you want children, I do see that possible, boy and a girl. For someone, red hair. Ariel, I know Ariel's a mermaid with red hair. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Ariana as well is what I'm hearing. A names, Ariana, Ariel, Eric. I know Eric was the prince for Ariel. I don't know what's happening. Those are the 3 names I got. But yeah, that's all I have for my pile number 2s. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know if you have any suggestions and anything you'd like to see on the channel. If you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. And I will see you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the sticker with Wanda and Vision, unusual couple. So pile number 3, same. This is my pile. I don't look at the cards before anyone, before you do. So just know that this is my pile. So hopefully it's a good one. Let's take a look at the tarot cards. We have the 6 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Hierophant. I love that card. 6 of Swords. This pile had more cards than the others. 8 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles. All right. Let's see what's happening here. As a reminder, it is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, it is not meant for you, and that is okay. So, pile number 3. Many of you have been feeling quite nostalgic. It's possible that for a few of you, there's still someone from the past that's calling to you. That's, you're feeling a connection with that person from the past. Perhaps you haven't fully let go. At the same time, you are ready to move forward. You are ready to expand. You are ready to explore. There is a need to trust your intuition, trust what you know. For many of you, you are more in the energy of looking for a life partner, for something more stable, something more long-term. But there is a need to leave something behind. Whatever needs to be left behind, for some of you, it's going to be different things for different people. For some of you, it's leaving someone from the past behind. And you can do this while at the same time being open to that person coming back, right? Kind of holding that door open for them to come back if they need to. If they have done the work, if they've changed, if they've expanded. But there is a need to kind of move forward, leave someone or something behind. For others of you, there's a need to kind of look at the past, especially childhood, and leave behind anything in childhood that is holding you back in some way, because there could be a pattern here of maybe distrusting or expecting things to be a certain way. New Orleans is coming in very strongly for this pile. I cannot tell you why. But there's a need to break free from a certain mentality, expectation that you have set on yourself. For some of you, this could be because of the relationship your parents had when you were growing up, or your caretakers. For others of you, again, it's just personal relationships that you went through yourself. There's this energy of boredom here. There's this energy of self-protection, trying to keep yourself protected. Many of you are focused on work and focused on career, focused on making money, focused on projects. And it's due to a fear of being vulnerable. It's due to wanting more, but not necessarily being willing to put your guard down. Again, a need to choose to leave that behind. What you have to leave behind is going to be different for different people. But overall, the need to leave something behind, a way of being, a way of thinking, a belief system. For many of you, it's something in the mind. It's this, this idea, this belief, something that you have imprisoned yourself in. Like, look, she's barely really being kept in there, but there's this sense of being kept a prisoner, and it's her mind doing it to her. I'm saying her because that's who I see in the card. Gender is not important. But you're ready to rewrite the story. You're just not very sure of it. There's some doubts here. For some of you, there is a water sign coming in. Cancer. Why can I not think of the water signs? Cancer, Pisces, and I cannot remember. Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That was rough. Some of you can be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have the swords here and the pentacles. So we basically have every single sign in the zodiac represented. So take it if it resonates. Those are just the ones that I see very strongly. Taurus energy as well, Capricorn. But again, there's this energy of being ready for more, but needing to leave something behind. And for many of you, that comes from the past, whether childhood or a specific relationship person. For a few of you, again, it could be a person that you still have feelings for, that there was a promising future that you could see with them, but it just didn't pan out and you didn't quite get closure. I will say that. But you are ready to leave that behind. You're ready to break free from that and move forward from it. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Letting go. Yep. There's a need to let something go here. The owl, deception and wisdom. For some of you, you were deceived by someone. Someone presented themselves perhaps as a king and they were a knight, or a queen and they were a page. Something along those lines. Focus. Focus on what you want. What you want is what requires focus. For many of you, you spend a lot of energy focusing on what you don't want, what you don't want to see come true. And there's this energy of focus on what you want. Some of you need to work with the goddess Artemis. Support. Ask for help. Get more rest. Nurture yourself. Yeah, for some of you, just a need for more nurturing. Again, overworking for this pile. For some of you, you're not even allowing yourself to create the space to allow someone in. You're not allowing the space for whatever it is that you want to come in. Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. If you've been considering moving, that's absolutely possible. For some reason, I keep getting New Orleans. So if you were thinking about going to New Orleans, it may be a good time to do so. Obviously, as I'm recording this, a lot is happening in the world, so be mindful, but that is coming in. For others of you, just the need to kind of get out of your comfort zone, go out more, even if it's just, going out into nature, kind of going on a hike, doing something for yourself. See what we have here. Go the distance. Yeah. Don't give up. Keep going. Imagine. There's a need for some of you to focus on what you want and get clear on what you actually want. Because there's this energy of I want something, but I don't necessarily know that you know what you actually want. And for many of you, this energy of peace and harmony is required at this time. A lot of inner conflict coming up for this pile. Again, I want something, but I don't necessarily know that everyone in pile number 3 is actually clear on what that is. There's just this energy of what I want may not necessarily may not necessarily be clear to you because again, you're keeping yourself so busy that it almost feels like you're distracting yourselves. Some of you are very tired. Some of you are exhausted and you just need to take a break. And as you take a break, things are going to become more clear because you need to connect to your inner knowing. You need to connect to your inner guru. You need to connect to your intuition. But there's a need to allow yourself to imagine the best outcome. If you allow yourself to imagine what you want, what does that person look like? Or what you need as well? Rebirth. Yeah, there's this energy of change needing to happen. Again, letting something go, allowing something to transform, allowing something to change, to grow. Letting go of something so that, allowing something to die so that you can go through the rebirth. And like the phoenix, rise from the ashes. Thor, god of action. Mary Magdalene, goddess of strength. You are very strong. For some of you, you're being called to take action more. The energy just feels like I kind of know what I want, but I'm ready to step out, but I'm not necessarily sure where I'm going. So I'm kind of stalling. That's the energy I'm picking up on. And that's why it's kind of saying go the distance. It's going to happen, but you need to take action as you are guided to. For some of you, stepping out of your head, getting out of your own mind, out of your own way. Nature keeps coming in as important for this pile because I feel like you struggle with overthinking. Also, if you're meeting someone and you're trying to figure out if it's going to work or not, take your time. For some of you, you're kind of jumping ahead of yourself and not giving people a fair chance. Be more compassionate towards yourself, pile number 3. Self-discipline. And I think you're very disciplined, but I think this is also speaking of the need to really set boundaries with yourself. Some of you, again, overworking yourself, doing too much, not giving yourself the right time. There has to be a change in the way things are being done so someone can come in. Health. Yeah, for others of you, exercise, eating right, making sure that you are doing what you need to do for your own health. You are overworking and you're burning yourself out. That's the energy that keeps coming in. I'm not necessarily picking up on anyone else's energy just yet, pile number 3. That does not mean that I don't think there's someone for you. I just think that there's a few things to do before you get to that point. And that is what's being highlighted in this reading. Let's take a look at what the astrology is here. Neptune, dreams. Again, that energy of what do you want? Allow your imagination to run wild. Allow yourself to connect to your subconscious and kind of meditate because there's information there for you. For some of you, there's a need to kind of really look at the patterns you're living in. Aquarius, the innovator. Stepping out of doing things, just because other people are doing them. Being unique, being yourself, going after the things that you want in a very unique way, not needing to conform to other people. We have Neptune and Aquarius. Be your own person. Do things on your own timing. For many of you, there's a lot of creativity that's ready to be explored. That's going to help you get to the rebirth. Working with your creative energy, working with your dreams, working with your, literal dreams. When you go to sleep, set the intention if you want to have a dream about a certain person or if you want to do some sort of clearing work. Astral projection, astral travel, very possible for this pile. Allowing. Yeah, you need to let go and allow. For some of you, you're trying to control how things are going to happen. You're actually being just asked to get more rest, to kind of take a break from it all and allow things to happen. Getting out of your own way. Rebel. Challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not have inner needs, Shadow attributes: rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. For many of you, you're kind of stepping into this rebel energy. It feels like you were in this energy of pleasing others, of trying to fit in, trying to box yourself in. And you're breaking free from that very slowly. You're walking away from how things should be or how things should be done. Hedonist: inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes: pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. For some of you, pile number 3, be careful of what you are doing. It feels like you're overdoing it. It could be many different things for many different people, but I think you'll know what this is about. Make sure that you are bringing more balance in. For many of you, something is affecting your health because you're overdoing it. It could be substances. It could be, shopping. It could be, how you spend your time. It could be television. It could be anything really. But just be mindful of what you're doing. And again, creativity is needed for this pile. Femme fatale, and it says, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Open your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes: inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. For some of you, you've been overworking yourself. You've been so focused on the material, on, making money, making the moves, career. You're not taking the time to ground and center yourself. You're not taking the time to connect to your spirituality, to connect to what is important, and you're being asked to do that. Step into your feminine energy. Again, intuition coming in very importantly, the heart center coming in very importantly. Like, I really do feel like there is someone for pile 3, but I don't necessarily feel like that person is as close as the other piles, because it feels like there's some things to clear up. Now, as soon as you start to take the actions, I do feel like it's going to move along very quickly, but there's a need to create space. For many of you, your focus is on work. Your focus is on a project, a job, a career, and you're not allowing time and space for yourself, much less for someone else to come in. I'm saying that lovingly and respectfully. Peacock: let yourself stand out and be noticed. We have that energy keep coming up here. It keeps on coming up here. That energy of not fitting into a box, breaking free, going your own way. Very Aquarius energy here. Someone could be an Aquarius. Kiwi: do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Connecting to nature, getting out of your own head, stepping out of your own way. That's what's coming in for a lot of my pile number 3s. Acceptance: accept things for how they are right now. They're meant to be that way. I feel like for my pile number 3s, there is someone for you, but if that person were to come in today, this connection would not have the best chance at working out. It would not have the best, it wouldn't be able to reach its highest potential, because things need to be cleared out before this person comes in. Strictly sexual: this connection is passionate but not enduring. For some of you, there's somebody already in your, because we talked about this right at the beginning, this energy of perhaps there's someone that you were thinking about, perhaps there's someone from the past. If that person is still in your energy field, someone new cannot come in. That's just the truth of it, no judgment. But when we have someone, even if it's energetically, like even if we're no longer seeing them, spending time with them, it's very hard for a new energy to come in when we're holding on to the old. For some of you, this is what you want at this time, or this is what you're open to at this time, and that's absolutely fine. But it just feels like for some of you, it's about clearing the energy of someone from the past that was more about the fun times, if you get what I mean. Pile number 3. Wait, the timing is not quite right. Yeah. I was going to say, I do feel like there is someone for you if you're in pile number 3, but I just don't feel like that's the focus of the reading, because I don't feel like that's where you're at right now. It's about taking care of yourself. It's about, getting more rest nurturing yourself, getting out into nature, doing what needs to be done for yourself so that this person can then come in. For many of you, the timing is just not right, and it's about being single, living your best life, getting to know yourself, getting to do things for yourself, exploring by yourself, doing the things that you want to do, doing the healing work, shadow work for some of you, inner child work for others of you, walking away from the things that no longer serve you so that you can create the space for this relationship that you do want to come in. All right, pile number 3. I hope this was helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any suggestions in the comment section. And if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.